Hey, it's Cheryl, and welcome to Secrets of a Survivor podcast, where I'm sharing my story, my challenges, and my learnings along the way, both business and personal. Basically, all the things. If I can do it, then so can you. So I'm here to help you on your way and be the person I wished I'd had. So let's get started with today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's episode. Well, the launch episode. Right now I am a mixture of scared, excited, scared-sighted. I've been wanting to do this for so long, but also been too scared to do it for so long. So I thought I'd start this first episode with a little bit more about me, the who, the what, the why, so you can get to know me a little bit better and understand where I'm coming from. So, who am I? Well, I'm Cheryl. I am a domestic abuse survivor, but I'm more than that. I am a mum, I am a wife, a successful businesswoman, which still feels really weird and impostery to say, but I'm saying it and I'm owning it. And I now dream big too. I have massive goals and plans for my life, where I want to go, what I want to do, which I never had before. And that's part of my journey and part of my growth, which I want to share with you over the coming episodes. So I guess to put a little bit of context in, tell you a little bit about my story. I'm sure I'll expand more over time and as I go on in the episodes and on my socials and things, but just to give you a brief overview, I was in an abusive relationship for around 9-10 years. It was August 2011 when I finally saw some light at the end of the tunnel. My abusive ex had left, thinking I'd be begging to take him back, but that backfired because I could see that glimmer of hope, the hope that I could be free, and therefore I took that glimmer of hope, both hands, and I ran with it. So throughout the majority of that relationship, I was mentally and physically abused. And I thought that was going to be the rest of my life. But at that point, that's when I realised that actually it doesn't have to be the rest of my life, and I needed to get out of it for my sake and my boy's sake. And it took a while. It wasn't an easy thing at all. But October 2012, I finally moved into my own house, which was amazing. I was still controlled to a degree, and I guess you could say it was a whole new level of mental abuse. I was kind of free, but not really. There was no more physical abuse, although I was still scared that could happen, but he still had control of me and I was still scared of what he would or could do. That was when I thought I'd hit rock bottom and that I'd never be free. But I wasn't quite there yet. But I had to take my life into my own hands. So April 2013 was when I started my ACCA journey. I'd already completed my AAT qualification. I actually took the last exams when I was pregnant with my eldest. And now I thought was the right time to take that next step to becoming a chartered accountant. I couldn't afford the tuition fees, so I simply bought the book for that first exam, cracked on reading it, and I self-studied the whole way through my ACCA, the whole of my course. And I remember at the time him saying that I'd never qualify, I'd never do it. but I sure showed him. And I did it all by myself. And now I'm a fellow of the ACCA, and I work alongside the ACCA doing, oh my God, the crazy, amazing things I never thought was even possible. So yeah, very, very proud. I think that's probably up there with one of the proudest moments. In January 2014, I started my own accountancy business. I tried to work in a practice, but it just wasn't working for me, the boys, or anything. So I had to leave, basically. I couldn't work enough to earn enough to pay childcare. The only childcare I had was one of the school mums was a childminder, and she'd have the kids. Couldn't really afford her, but I had to. Couldn't rely on anybody else to have the boys, other than school, of course, as especially their father would often let me down, refuse to have them, and so on and so on and so on. So I decided that actually going alone would be my best option. I could set my own schedule, I could earn enough to cover the bills, and therefore not be reliant on anybody else, just me. So that's what I did. And yeah, that started my crazy journey of being a business owner, but it also started the journey of becoming the woman I am today. Of course, all the feelings. I thought I was completely crazy. Who was I to think that I could actually do this? Who was I to think that I could be successful? I had no confidence or self-belief. I had no idea where to start. The thought of networking totally petrified me. But yeah, this crazy journey, I went on it. And yeah, there's been a lot of twists and turns along the way, lots of learnings, many tears. I've lost count of how many times I've thought about giving it all up. And spoiler alert, it's something that every business owner goes through. It's normal. So if you've ever felt like that as a business owner, normal. But after having my moment, I'd get it all out, have my little paddy, little cry, whatever I needed to do, put my big girl pants on, and faced that next challenge head on and continued. August 2017 was the turning point for me. I met James, my now husband. And you know that prince in fairy tales, it's because I'm really silly, but you know the one who always comes in on a horse or whatever, saves the day. That's how I see my James. And he has helped me and started me off on this journey of actually starting to believe in myself. He was the first person who helped me to see that I was enough, that I could do it, and actually I was pretty good at it as well. And I am going to own that because I am pretty good at it. He also helped me to see what was possible and to start dreaming again. Up until that point, my business was there just to pay the bills. But he helped me to see that actually this business could be massive, it could be brilliant, it could be all the things. And he gave me that confidence and self-belief to actually start trying. So life turned around a little bit. I was loved. I still am loved. I was happy. I gained some confidence and self-belief, as I said. And yeah, I actually started believing that I could do this and I was worthy of it as well. As my confidence grew, my business grew, and it soon became clear that I was building something special and it did have the potential to give me the life that I dreamed of. But James's job was getting in the way, so we set the first major goal to replace his salary so he could leave, meaning he could take on the main share of the childcare so I could focus on growing the business. I thought that would take me for, well, ages. It took 3 months, which I still can't believe. And less than 6 months later, we were walking down the aisle in Cyprus. Well, I was walking down the aisle in Cyprus, getting married. And as happy as I was, and as excited as I was for the future, I still wasn't completely free. My abuser still had a hold over me and tried to control me, but now it wasn't just me. He was trying to control my husband and my whole family. And my anxiety was through the roof, thinking, what would he do next to hurt me? Things came to a head in August 2020. Slap bang in the middle of a pandemic, don't do things by half. We had to get solicitors and the police involved, and that is when I really hit rock bottom. And I couldn't see ever being truly free. But I knew I needed help. And that's when I asked the police and my solicitor for help. And a counsellor too. I finally admitted what I didn't want to see, and I had it confirmed that I was suffering with anxiety and depression. Probably quite obvious to a lot of people, but not to me. But that's when I started the journey of healing my mind. I was seeing a counsellor and started working with my coach Shelley on my mindset and many other things. And you'll probably hear me talk a lot about Shelley because she is amazing, and I think everyone needs a Shelley in their life. I stopped seeing my counsellor now, but she's still there if and when I need her. But I still see Shelley every 2 weeks. And I need my regular Shelley dose. So here I am, 2 years, well, more than 2 years now, 2.5 years after that incident. I am happy, I am confident. I no longer have any contact with my abuser. So that has been so helpful in healing my mind. But my life's not perfect still. But I'm in a really, really good place. I still do have moments of anxiety and imposter syndrome and all the things. I had one very recently with a massive achievement, and I couldn't share it with the world because I couldn't believe it was me. It had actually happened and I'd actually done it. But I don't think I'll ever stop having those. And it's, to me, I'm going to do a whole nother episode on imposter syndrome and how I've worked on it. But I just want to share this, that to me, if that imposter syndrome stopped fully, then I'm not pushing myself. And something needs to change. And that's just the way I see it. It may not be the way everyone else sees it, but it's how I see it. And I now embrace it. I am excited about the future. I'm excited about this journey. Scared sighted. But I have dreams. Dreamed? No, that wasn't quite right. I have achieved things that I've never dreamed was possible over the last year or so. And I'm still achieving them. And there's so much more I want to achieve. But now I feel confident enough to go and get those things, do those things. And one of these things is this podcast. So I suppose why I started it, or why I'm doing this whole journey really, is because I'm now at a place where I've healed my mind enough that I feel, I don't think confident is the full word, capable, able to share my experiences, my journey, my learnings, lots of learnings. And I want to be that person that I wished I'd had. So I want to inspire others to show them that there is life after abuse and you can go on and be happy. You can achieve your dreams. Hey, you can even have dreams. I certainly didn't have dreams when I was in that situation. Now I've got lots. And you can live that life that you really want to. I'm doing it. So if I can do it, then so can you. And I want to be that person that I never had. The person there to say, it does get better. And that's what I want from this podcast, really. I want it to be where they're only going to be short, where, come on, be one of them where you just grab a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you drink, hot chocolate, you sit down for 10-15 minutes and have a little break. And that's what I'm aiming from this podcast. I'm going to share more of my experiences, more of my thoughts and feelings, how I've tackled things, approached things, my learnings. And I think that now is the time to really, I know, this is probably going to sound really, really silly, but I always think things happen for a reason. And I've never understood why I went through what I went through. But now I feel that I know. And I feel that I went through it to be able to help other people get through it. And that probably sounds really, really silly, but that's how I feel, and that's what I'm going with. And yeah, so I don't really know where this is going. I have a big dream, and I have a whole, if I won the lottery, what I would do dream. And this is a small part of it. I remember sitting down with my coach Shelley and saying, if only I could do this, this and this, or if I had the money I'd do this, this and this. And she's like, well, how can you do some of it now? You don't have to do it all at once, which is something I'm really bad at, because when I get an idea I just want to do it all. But anyway, she said to me, well, what can you do? And that's what sparked off this whole journey. So yeah, I hope I've conveyed to you the what, the who, the why. I will expand further over following episodes, and yeah, I shall see you in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you'd like more help and support, check out the show notes for links to my website, socials and YouTube channel. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to share and tag on your social posts. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a review, I'd be really grateful. Thank you so much again. I just want to leave you with this thought. You are strong, you are capable, you are lovable, and you are brave. But most importantly, you are enough. You've got this.